Hi, ladies. As leaders in our organizations, we all need to be able to make sound decisions. And Professor Bendersky taught us yesterday that we all have unconscious biases that can impact our ability to make optimal decisions when left unchecked. And I think it's important to note that these unconscious biases aren't anything to feel guilty about. It's just, we're faced with so many decisions that we have to make each and every day. It's our mind's way of almost protecting us and helping us to process the number of decisions that we need to make. But again, it's important to be aware of what biases we may have so that we can, check those. So she talked us through three common types of biases. One is escalation of commitment or sunk cost fallacy. Another is confirmation bias. And the third type was framing effects and loss aversion. So escalation of commitment, that is when we continue to invest in something and get into this cycle of investing more and more and losing more because the investment just isn't working out. And one of the ways we discussed how we can avoid this is prospectively defining our go, no go criteria or our exit strategy for an investment, as well as making sure that we're not considering the cost that we've put into something to date. We need to just make future decisions based on future cost and future return of the investment. Confirmation biases, that is when we research and tend to find information that supports the narrative that we believe. And she highlighted the example of the 2016 presidential election where the journalists just couldn't imagine a situation where Trump would actually become our president. And so they ignored disconfirming information that indicated that he would win and projected that Hillary Clinton would win by a landslide. And then the third type of bias, again, was framing effects and loss aversion. And that is just our tendency to be willing to take greater risks to avoid losses and play it safe when we are considering potential gains. After the discussion of biases and how we can avoid these, she walked us through the WRAP model for making decisions. WRAP stands for, it's an acronym, WRAP. W is widen your options. R is reality test your assumptions. A is attain distance before deciding, and P is prepare to be wrong. So as far as widening your options are concerned, she made it pretty clear that we tend to make binary yes-no decisions more frequently than what we actually need to, and that decisions tend to have better outcomes when there is more than one option available. So it's always good to think about what other options we may have. To reality test our assumptions, she recommended that we seek a devil's advocate to kind of poke holes in the theory that we may have or our hypothesis. She noted that it was really important that we seek disconfirming information. And another way to reality test our assumptions is to utilize the 5 why model that she said Toyota employs, and that's just to keep asking yourself why a few times as you're going through your decision making to help you identify the root cause. To attain distance before deciding, she taught us the 10-10-10 model, which I'm actually really excited to apply, not just professionally, but to personal decisions as well. And that is just to think about how will you feel about the outcome of your decision 10 minutes from now, 10 months from now, and 10 years from now, to again give you a longer perspective. She also noted that we could try to change our perspective on how we might view something. So view something from, the point of view of your employee or your best friend or your family member or whatever the case may be. And then prepared to be wrong is really just make sure you have a contingency plan. What are you going to do if you find yourself in the worst case scenario? And then what I would like you all to respond to is, what tools did you learn from Professor Bendersky that you plan to utilize moving forward to help optimize your own decision making? Thanks so much. Have a great day.